Hello, I'm Lisa Tyler, your host of Senior Connections. This is a monthly show for older adults and their caregivers that talks about issues in the community, and it is sponsored by Senior Resources, which is your local area agency on aging for Muskegon, Oceana, and Ottawa County. We come around every month to talk about various topics, whether it's Medicare, Medicaid, assistance program, benefits, long-term care, or what we're going to talk about this month, which is Senior Community Day coming up. So we're here to give some information about that today. I'm very excited to have with me Lisa Luckey and Wendy Little, both of the Senior Marketing Group, which I'm also a member. And they are the Senior Marketing Group is the organization that puts on Senior Community Day. So we're going to talk to you about that upcoming event, which is on August 4th, so very soon. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Glad to have
Thank you for having us.
So before we talk about the actual Senior Community Day, I want to get our viewers to get to know the two of you. So what you need to know, Wendy will probably tell us a little bit more about it, but it's a networking group made up of all kinds of professionals who work with older adults in our community. So that's how we've come to know each other, is through our work. So Lisa, go ahead, tell us about you and what you do.
Yes, thank you, Lisa. So my name is Lisa Luckey, and I work for Community Home Healthcare Services, and I also am the president of SMG Senior Marketing Group. And I do all the community outreach for Community Home Healthcare Services, and we're all along the lakeshore. And I got involved, as you are, Lisa, in Senior Marketing Group, and then have really kind of grown with the organization. I really enjoyed the quarterly meetings, which provide educational opportunities, and the networking. I've really enjoyed that. And then Senior Marketing Group also hosts Senior Community Day, which is our largest event of the year. And I really have learned to love that day because we are able to reach out to over 600 seniors here in the Muskegon area and not only provide them information, but provide them educational seminars and kind of give back to the community. And
Great.
I think that's really special.
Well, I think we're going to give our viewers a lot of good information about that. Wendy, tell us a little bit about you and what you do in your day job.
I'm Wendy Little, and I am with the Village at Park Terrace and Park Terrace Apartments. I'm the community manager. Been with them for going on 13 years now.
My.
They are owned by the Reinders family, managed by Heritage Property Management in Grand Haven, so locally owned, family-owned business. So I manage, a retirement community and multi-family apartments. So the Senior Marketing Group allows me to really work with the seniors, that side of it. Just love our seniors.
Excellent. It's funny because every time I drive by the Park Terrace, I used to live in apartments there when I first came to Muskegon in 1990. I was way at the back of the property.
Changed a little bit.
Changed a little bit. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I will visit again.
It is a
So,
beautiful property.
Stop by anytime. I'll give you a grand tour.
well, so Lisa, tell us, you are the president of Senior Marketing Group, or SMG.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about SMG and what it does, and then Wendy's going to give us some history about it.
Sure, that sounds great. So Senior Marketing Group, it is a professional organization, and we service Muskegon County and the outer counties, so the Tri-Cities community, as well as northern communities of Muskegon. Senior Marketing Group is a group of professionals that then serve the seniors in the communities. So we are individuals who are doing business development, managing assisted livings, senior skilled nursing facilities, PACE, Senior Resources. So all the professionals that work in the industry typically belong to Senior Marketing Group. What Senior Marketing Group can provide is a networking opportunity for us to, quite honestly, work together collaboratively and provide services to the community for seniors. We also provide 4 educational opportunities each year, which are in the form of a quarterly meeting. So we do 4 quarterly meetings, and then on the opposing months, we also have networking opportunities. We'll have lunches. Actually, this week we're doing our summer networking event, which is going to be at the Lake House on Thursday. And that'll truly just be appetizers, cocktails, and an opportunity for us to get to know each other. And then our biggest event of the year is always Senior Community Day. And that is on August 4th, as you shared at Baker College.
Great. We'll talk about it a little bit more. I have really enjoyed senior marketing group, because not one of us does everything for seniors. It's impossible to. It's a huge, huge range. I mean,
Correct.
we've got financial planners and people who are in law and people who have mobility scooters and, you know, the work that the three of us do here, and 25 other different kinds of businesses, and it's really great for resources, I found. So Wendy, how long have you been involved with senior marketing?
Well, I have been involved with what used to be called Lunch Buddies for about 15 years.
Wow.
It started with a group of 3 of us meeting at Applebee's for lunch.
Cool.
Just to talk about what kind of marketing are you doing, you know, who are you seeing out there, is there anybody new we should go see? It then kind of blossomed, and a couple months later we had 10 people, and then we had 15, and then we were meeting at Golden Corral in their big meeting area because we had 30 people coming. Well, and as you guys probably have had to do in your lifetime with marketing, is do a marketing report. Well, we got to think, Lunch Buddies didn't sound too professional on these reports that we had to turn into our corporate office. So that's where the senior marketing group name came from. We all kind of collaborated together and said, we need to make this more professional, like Lisa was talking about. We're doing professional things. Let's really make this professional. That's where we came up with the name, came up with the actual organization, and elected president, treasurer, and secretary of the group. We applied for our tax ID number. It's, you know, it was a lot of doing, and, you know, I'm very blessed to be part of it and have a very strong connection with it, and to see it blossom and go this far. We actually, as Lisa said, talking about the Senior Community Day, we actually have done Senior Parade of Homes also.
Oh, I remember.
So this group is just grown, and like you were talking, we all do different things with seniors. And what you or I don't know, we have met somebody through this senior group that may have the answer for our seniors. And it's so great to just be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, Lisa, I got this issue. I don't know what to do. I don't know anything about
Calling
Medicare.
either one of us.
Yeah.
Says
Hey,
that.
Lisa. So actually the senior marketing group, the professional side of it, if you want to call that, has actually started about 8 years ago.
But you are a founding member.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah, and
I know, I'm learning something
and it was
new,
just
too.
having lunch.
Well, something we all like to do.
That's right.
So thanks for sharing that history, because I didn't know all of that, but I think it's been a great resource. And it might not seem like it directly benefits older adults, but it certainly does in our knowledge
Yes,
base,
definitely.
because the connections are important. So now let's talk about the big event. The big thing that Senior Marketing Group does every year, and it's Senior Community Day. And as I mentioned, it's Friday, August 4th. And it is at Baker College on Marquette Avenue in Muskegon from 8:30 in the morning until 1:30 in the afternoon. There's free lunch, seminars, door prizes. We'll get into lots more details on that. So that, you said, has been going on for how long?
This is our 6th year.
6th year for it.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Have you seen a lot of changes in that time?
I've seen a lot of the same seniors come through.
Okay.
They really look forward to this event.
Okay.
Changes have been, I think our seminars have really grown with more educational topics for them. It's definitely something that our community looks forward to. Baker College, where we hold it, has been awesome.
And it's been there all 6 years?
Yes, all 6 years. It is probably the largest place in Muskegon that we could find to do this in our small budget.
Now, did this come about after, for those who've been around for a long time, was this something that replaced the senior picnic that used to happen as part of
Yes,
summer
like the
celebration?
summer
I was trying
celebration
to
at
think in my
Hackley
mind,
Park.
6 years, because I remember that was big, and
Yes.
that was a huge event
It
when I
was
worked at a
actually
different
a year
nonprofit.
after that
Okay.
stopped.
Okay,
Yep.
so-
Right. We were talking about that today with my residents.
Okay, so wonderful, a senior marketing group to step in,
Yep.
because was senior marketing group involved in that picnic or not?
No, we individually, and I don't know if I attended it a couple of years, but individually, our businesses were there, and we all knew each other, but when they stopped doing that, we thought, we got to do something. You know, they
That
really
was a big
enjoyed
loss in the
that.
community. That
Yeah.
was one of the bigger things that. All right, so let's start with some more specifics. I know there's a free lunch involved there. But Lisa, tell us, people need to pre-register for that?
Certainly.
For the day?
They certainly can, yes. It does help us to have a pre-registration. You'll find a flyer in Senior Perspectives, which Senior Resources prints. And then we're also putting a flyer in Muskegon Chronicle and in the Grand Haven Tribune. And are there any others?
The Oceana Herald
Okay.
and the White Lake Beacon.
Okay,
And those
wonderful.
should come out this weekend.
Okay,
So
wonderful.
seniors should watch for those.
Good.
They can also go to our website, Lisa, which is www.smg.com. So they can register right there online as well, and that is a very easy process. And then we also have these flyers throughout the community, and there's a registration form that they're also able to mail in. So we welcome that as well.
So lots of our senior serving organizations
Yes.
probably have those. I'm trying to remember if we have them at Tanglewood Park, and if we don't,
You
we
will.
We will.
Yes.
We will have them at Tanglewood Park. So there are lots of different places that people can do that.
Doctor's
So,
offices,
but is it
yes.
required that somebody, what if somebody isn't sure, and then they wake up that day and they're feeling great, and they've got transportation, and they want to come? Are
That
they
is
out of luck?
perfectly fine.
Come
yes.
on down.
Come on down. We welcome them to come. They can just register right there at the door. And we do offer free breakfast. It's a continental breakfast, free lunch. And then there will be seminars throughout the day and over 50 plus vendors for them to visit, with all containing resources and services available for them.
Great.
And that's all free.
And those free trinket items that they love too.
Oh, yeah. I give away magnifiers. The magnifiers are a big
Useful
hit.
stuff,
Yes,
yes.
'cause they fit right in there. So they love those. Wendy, let's talk about some of the screenings that are going on. We've got a
Blood
variety of
pressure
things.
check. Now all the screenings are free.
Okay.
There'll be blood pressure checks, bone and joint
Yes.
assessments, hearing aid assessments, hearing tests.
Balance assessments.
Yes, balance assessments. Yep, and like we said, those are free. They don't have to register for them.
Okay.
And Baker College will also be doing free chair massages.
Oh,
And we will
very
have
nice.
French
Always a
Academy
favorite.
there doing free manicures.
This is the place
So,
to be on
yeah.
Friday, August 4th, ladies and gentlemen. You need to be there. The screenings are just in the morning, is that
Yes.
correct? So
Yeah.
they're done
Yes.
like 8:30 to 11:30?
Those are to
range?
11:30, yeah.
All right, and so they do not need to sign up for those? They can just go, and
First
you
come,
might have
first
to wait a
served.
little
Yeah.
bit, but,
Right.
okay.
But we usually can accommodate everybody.
Great. Lisa, what about some of those educational seminars we have? I know you've got the list
Yes.
there. Tell us about some of those topics.
We are doing this a little bit different. In the past, we've had our seniors pre-register for each seminar. And this year, they're just able to come, and we're going to be offering these seminars throughout the morning. So if they go to a class and it's full, for example, they can come back during the next session and then go to that class.
Excellent. So you're repeating them rather than having, sometimes that's challenging. You
Well,
look
we
and there's a
wanted to
list of a bunch of
simplify it.
things, and
Yeah,
you say, but I
yes.
want to do that one, and it's only offered once.
Exactly. So we're trying to simplify that process for our seniors. Some of the seminars include, we'll have bird watching and feeding, we'll have flower arranging, once again, by Ray and Sharon's, and the bird watching and feeding is presented by the Birdhouse.
Okay.
So that's Kathy and Bob Morin. And then how not to get scammed, and that is Trooper Miller.
Oh, he does
That's
a wonderful
he does a
presentation.
great job. Yes.
I should have him on the show.
Oh, that would be a really good idea.
That is a great idea. We're doing one called Life Reimagined, and that's through ARP.
Okay.
Also, I'm Dying to Talk with You. This is an author, Dave Kampschultz, and he's authored a book, I'm Dying to Talk to You, and he will be speaking in reference to kind of the process of dying and everything you need to have in place.
Oh, wonderful.
So the 5 wishes, for example, he'll talk a little bit about trusts, just some of that knowledge base. And then Catholic Charities will be joining us and going through their foster grandparents program. And then
Just had them on last month, if you
did
remember.
you? Okay, wonderful. Beth Keeley does a great job with that. And then we also will be having gentle yoga, balance, massage, and yoga. And then Best Buy will be joining us and doing a help desk, going over smartphones, their iPads, their tablets. So if they're having problems, they can bring those devices with them, and they'll walk them through how to solve their questions.
Oh my goodness, those are all wonderful topics. I'm so glad you're repeating. So are we repeating them 3 times?
3 times.
Yes.
So if you listen to those, I would like to do about 5 of those.
I know,
I've got
exactly.
to clone myself and figure that out. But that's a really great way to do that, and that I bet you're going to have some really full sessions. How many of the people so you said earlier around 600 people are there, which is a busy day.
It is a busy
Roughly
day.
how many of them attend these sessions usually? Do you have any idea? I'm not, because I'm always manning the
Sure,
table, I've
I
never
know.
gone to see
In the
rooms.
past, I've been the lucky one to do the registrations. And every registration has come through wanting classes.
Okay.
And what has happened in the years past is the classes have filled up.
Mm-hmm.
And so they got classes that maybe they didn't want, and then they've attended it, and they've come back and say, oh, we really enjoyed that. I'm glad I got that one. But for the most part, just about everybody, there's a handful, maybe 25 or so, that just come just for the day, for the lunch, and just have fun and don't want to do the seminars. But for the most part, the majority of them do the seminars.
I just am really impressed with the variety that you've got planned, because there's just purely recreational things with the bird watching and the yoga. You've got the important
Educational
things
stuff.
like the scams and then the techie stuff, which is so great
very
because
helpful.
it's a very different world for our, I mean, my mom is 78 and she's got she's got a better iPhone than I have, a newer one than I have, and her iPad, and she can. You know? Well, she's got grandkids who are, I mean, she texts her grandkids all the time and they love that. And but that's so important because
It is.
it's not that long before I'm going to be in that older adult age myself, and that will be important to a lot of us.
And technology is taking off, and it, unfortunately, it's leaving some of our seniors behind.
Right.
So, and this is actually Best Buy's second year being with us to do
great.
this. They requested last year if they could come back this year.
Oh, wonderful. So that means they got
I
some-
give great
they saw
kudos to
that.
them.
We
It's-
saw the benefit.
yeah, and we actually have the Mona Shores soccer team. They will be volunteering to help us this year also.
Oh, what are
and
they
we
doing?
are they will be helping with the parking, directing people to the classes, directing them to the coffee and the food.
Yes.
So yeah, and we are still looking for volunteers. If anybody out there is interested in volunteering, please get a hold of one of us.
Wonderful. We'll try to do that push again. So Wendy, let's talk about some other kind of information besides the seminars and those assessments. What other kind of things are there?
Well, like Lisa said earlier, we have 50-plus vendors that will be attending that day.
So what are some examples? Senior resources will be there.
Yeah, Senior Resources will have a table.
Community home health care services will be
The
there.
Village at Park Terrace will be there. Nursing homes. We have, Seminole Shores will be there. Christian Care will be there. We have a couple of funeral homes that will be there. Let's see, we've got some reverse mortgage will be there, some different financial institutions, Parmano O'Toole will be there. Lots of information for them. There's so much out there, and so many times I find our seniors don't know where to begin to look for this information. This is a day that, even though you may not be needing that information right now, you might need it.
Well, they get a nice
eventually.
bag when they come
They
in
get a
with all that. Because I
bag.
think you're right. They come and they get some information, but they might, grab our magnifiers, but it's got our phone number.
Yep.
Maybe they don't need us yet, but a couple months down the road, they might.
gonna
Or
remember
they're going to
us.
say, wait a minute,
Yep.
and then you go in and look at that.
And Age Well will be there, for example, for
Yep.
Meals on
Meals on
Wheels. There's just a number of organizations that attend. Catholic Charities is going to be there. Christian Manor will be there.
Yep, there's a couple of different assisted livings, independent living.
So really, just about anything that touches our
Exactly.
older adults will be there.
Exactly.
A
So
lot
there's
of the-
something for everybody, really.
Yes.
And how long do people tend to stay there, do you think? If they're coming for something, are they there
Yes.
most of the time? Like they're coming for
Well,
breakfast and they're staying through lunch?
Let's just say we have some pretty good door prizes that our vendors donate, and
That is
they
actually
will
the next
stay
question
for
I have for
those
you.
door prizes.
And those don't get given away until the end,
1:30, and they must be present to
Oh,
win.
so you have to be
Yes.
present to win. There's your incentive, folks. Come early, stay long, or at least come and
Come
make sure you're
back.
there till the end.
Yes, come
Right.
back for
So-
lunch.
So let's talk about some of those door prizes. Lisa, what kind of things are going to be given away?
So there's an array of door prizes, but it ranges from gift certificates to gift baskets, like coffee gift baskets, planting gift baskets. We do products from our community home health care services. So each organization creates their own gift basket. Sometimes Starbucks. There's also beautiful plants, hanging baskets that people give away. So it's a number of different door prizes.
You never know. what-
Yes.
Last year there was some beach chairs, and yeah, it's a
If you want to
fun-
come and check this out, in case you haven't determined from us our enthusiasm. So let's be good stewards of the money that comes into this. Let's recognize our donors that day. And I
Yes.
pulled these from the flyer, so hopefully I have the right ones.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
Platinum level sponsors are Baker College, which is where we're going to be again, Trinity Senior Living Communities, the Village at Park Terrace and Seminole Shores Assisted Living Center, and Parmano O'Toole. Those are our platinums, correct? Gold sponsors, Age Well Services of West Michigan, which is providing the lunch, I believe, correct?
That's correct.
And Senior Resources and Senior Perspectives. Any others that I've forgotten? I think
No,
those are the main
those
ones.
are our
Okay.
platinums and our gold, and then we have other ones, bronze and vendors.
And those are the organizations that make this free
Yes,
because they
exactly.
give some money or they give some advertising or they give a great discount on the food or something. And that's what allows us to do this and serve hundreds of seniors in our community to get this great information. So we're going to recap this and then we're going to spend our last few minutes just talking about some other things. So again, it is Friday, August 4th from 8:30 to 1:30 at Baker College. Parking, they want to come in off Quarter Line, is that right?
Yes, correct.
And the parking, and there's like is there still a big clock tower? I can't remember. from
That is
last
in
year.
the courtyard.
Okay,
So
so-
it's in the middle. They're going to have the gym where they will come in for
Right,
registration.
okay.
The clock tower's in the middle, and then the student center is where the screenings will be, lunch will be.
All
indoor.
right. So if you see the clock tower,
You're in
have
the
a
right
gym
place.
before that, you're going to be right in the middle of it. There's going to be plenty of signage.
Yes, and we will
I'm
have
sure.
people out there directing them.
Soccer team, apparently.
Yes.
Correct. So really, really, you should come and check that out. We'll all be there.
We will.
The friendly faces of these ladies and many other fine ladies and gentlemen. We're not all women in
Yes,
senior
there's a few
marketing group.
gentlemen.
If they aren't sure they should attend, what would you say, Wendy? What would you remind?
Absolutely come. Everybody is invited. You don't have to be registered.
And you don't even have to be an older adult,
No,
really.
you
You just want
don't.
to get the
It's for
information.
the caregivers, it's for the families, anybody that their life touches a senior, there's information for you there.
Great. Anything you want to add to that?
No, I just agree with Wendy. I think it is an important day. It's as important for the seniors as it is the caregivers, because we also have organizations, Lisa, that will support those caregivers so that they can continue to care for their loved one.
Absolutely.
And I think the ultimate goal is to allow seniors to live in place, live independently for as long as they can. And those caregivers are just as important.
Absolutely.
That they receive resources and respite and understand what's available to them.
And this is a great opportunity because the purpose of us doing the Senior Connection show is because it is a confusing maze of information out there, really. Before we go away from this topic, and we're going to talk about something else you and I at least are involved in, let's share some other information. So if you want to register, again, as Lisa mentioned, here's the flyer.
Yes.
Registration made easy. You can find it, you'll be able to find it at Tanglewood Park, almost any other senior serving organization in the community, in the Chronicle, in the Beacon.
in
It's
the
in Senior
Tribune.
Perspectives, in the Tribune. Look for a paper
Your doctor's
and find
office
it.
will
Doctor's
probably have
office
it.
is probably.
Yes, I've already dropped some off to Panera Bread
Okay.
and Reich's Bakery.
Do any of the libraries have them?
I've not been there yet.
They will.
But they will.
They're all over. Or the SMG website.
Correct.
Remind us again what that is.
www.smg.com.
Right, that's what I was trying to remember.
Yes.
.com.
Yep.
SMG.com, and there's one that says for seniors, and you just click on that, and that'll be the first thing that comes up
Yep,
because
correct.
it's what's going on. You can also, though, call these lovely ladies here, Lisa Luckey at Community Home Healthcare Services at 231-733-0030, or Wendy Little at the Village of Park Terrace at 231-755-6560. If you can't remember either of those, you can always call 211 because they'll have that information on this Senior Community Day. So we're going to talk for the last few minutes we have about another thing coming up in August before we do our next show, and that is a research night for the Alzheimer's Association. And that is on Thursday, August 10th at Tanglewood Park, the Life Circles part of the building, from 6 until 8 p.m. And it is something that they do annually. It used to be held at MCC the last 2 years. This year and last year it is at Tanglewood Park. And it brings in a well-known Alzheimer's researcher, Dr. Bruno, and I can't remember his last name all of a sudden, who is from affiliated with University of Michigan, and he is always really up on the cutting edge, what's new and different in Alzheimer's, which is such a dreadful disease and quite frankly an epidemic in our country, and it's growing. And I mentioned Lisa because Community Home Healthcare Services is the VIP sponsor for that.
We
so
are.
Thank you for doing that.
You're
Why did you
welcome.
think it was important for your organization to get involved in that?
Well, I think it's important because not only do we provide skilled nursing, but we are also in the process of opening up a PACE. And PACE organizations such as Life Circles and now our community PACE, we support Alzheimer and dementia patients. So we certainly, we feel that it is very important to support those patients and the families, and understanding all about the disease and that process of aging with Alzheimer's and dementia is critical for our organization as well as the community. So we wanted to put forth not only dollars, but our effort in supporting the Alzheimer's Association and that research night and being able to bring that to the community.
It really is a great thing because there's only about 3 of those around the state roughly in the month of August. And so it's a really big thing that it's in Muskegon. And what I liked about Dr. Bruno is he talks in normal language.
He
doesn't
does.
get into a bunch of medicalese kind of stuff. I wasn't able to stay for the whole thing last year because I had another thing going on, and I was really upset that I had to leave because it was fascinating, and he's so passionate about it.
He is.
And anybody who's been touched by that, or you just know there's been celebrities touched by it, it is a dreadful thing. And so it's so exciting to know that they really are making some great inroads, not just on treatment, but actually in things where they can find out what's happening in the brain to try to prevent it,
Yeah,
hopefully.
that's
That
the
would
key.
be exciting. I keep hoping in our lifetime that will happen.
Who should come to this?
Everybody. Anybody, anybody who is interested in the subject, certainly caregivers, anybody
Yes.
who's just wants to find out more about it. There is, again, it is free. It is, Senior Resources covers the cost of the meal. Our partners, Age Well Services, provide the meal. There is registration, and you can find that through the Alzheimer's Association. There are flyers going out. We're promoting it through Senior Resources, Age Well, Life Circles, all are. You will be as well.
Correct.
But it is really, they're hoping for about 80 people, and they had a pretty good attendance last year. And it is lots of questions and really good information. And 2 hours just flies by for everybody. I mean,
does.
the little bit of time I was there, it went amazingly quick. But certainly anybody who's really interested in that topic.
And Dr. Bruno, you're right, Lisa, he does a beautiful job of explaining it just on a kind of a basic level. The medical end of it, and then also all the research that's going into cures for Alzheimer's.
It's exciting. There's some really good possibilities. So I would say, Wendy, anybody, especially in our profession that's interested in that, if you've got any
Yes.
dealings, even if it's, you run an assisted living and you don't have a unit, because usually that tends to be in a skilled care facility, but you might have people that are going to need to transition, and just being able to help families, I think, and help the people who love people with Alzheimer's or other kinds of dementia, it's pretty great information.
I learned last year that it is important to really, when you're working with an Alzheimer or dementia patient, it's important to share kind of their past. Find out about, show them pictures, and allow them to kind of revisit their past.
It is one thing that they tend to remember.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's where they live. And if you can go into that world with them, it makes them so happy.
And it's a calming, it's definitely a calming experience for them, so.
Well, so I hope that people will consider doing that. That is on Thursday, August 10th, again, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Tanglewood Park. So I'm giving the signal that we are just about out of time. So I want to thank you, Lisa and Wendy, for coming to talk about
you for
Senior
having us.
Community Day. Again, if you can't remember the many places we told you to get that information, if you're just tuning in for the last 10 seconds, call 211. They'll have that. But it is, again, Senior Community Day on Friday, August 4th, 8:30 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. We hope that we'll see you there. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.